If you don't know, Halle has filed to deny DDG's request and instead grant her permission to take their son out the country. This is after, this is lawyer games, people. Halle got her team working. DDG got his team working. I keep telling you, this is why it gets messy when you get to this point. They're both going to pay a shit ton of lawyers just because they can't get along and they can't speak to each other. Okay, it's toxic. They say really bad things to each other. They threaten to harm themselves or each other. And then even when the parents are involved or other third parties, maybe the brothers or sisters, it don't make it any better. So it's at the courts, and here's the thing. The only people who win is the lawyers, okay? The lawyers are like, all right, what you want? All right, I'm going to write up this paper, whatever. It's going to be $3,000. I can do it. Let's do it. All right? And they're going to milk these two. Not dry, but milk them. Pause. Halle filed a, some supplementary document, and we're going to have to figure out what that is, to hope the judge would deny DDG's request and instead grant her permission to take the son out of the country. That shit could work. And Halle's also requesting orders to stop DDG and her friends and family, his friends and family, from posting about their son Halo, this litigation, and Halle on all platforms. Essentially, she's asking them to ask DDG to shut the fuck up. Almost like a gag order, but pretty much just put an order in place that any type of, if the family's speaking on this is now considering bullying, okay? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. So I keep I keep saying, Halle is smart. And at the end of the day, she got Rock Nation behind her. I'm going to be honest with you. You can't beat this one, brother, okay? I keep saying that DDG, he's going to have to settle with the lesser of two evils. You're either going to go to war with this chick and lose your career and still lose your son, or you're going to have to take a couple L's and let her run whatever narrative she want to run, and you just be happy that you're allowed to see your son and she allows you to still have a career. That's just, unfortunately, we live in a woman's world when it comes to the legal system and it comes to claims of abuse. DDG could show cuts. She showed bruises. They don't give a fuck about his cuts. Now, let me read a little bit more. Halle also points out DDG waited until today, June 4th, to file a request to block her from traveling and ask for new custody orders when he and his attorney have ignored all of her efforts to have him have monitor visits with her son since the issuance of the temporary restraining order on 5/13. DDG has filed an emergency motion, and okay, so they're repeating the article. Okay. I'm going to find out her document. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter. Twitter kind of got all their shit. I don't know how. All their shit is just up there. Let me see. Let me see if I can find what she filed. Okay. Oh, my God. All right. Wow, Halle moves quick. We got it, chat. By the way, you know what? Let me post both on the academy.blog as we speak. Chat, if you don't know if you need any legal documents, please go to the academy.blog. You'll be able to get whatever legal documents that we're covering on stream. Some things that, we might just brush over really quickly. But I do know if you watch me, you like to know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the motherfucking truth. So help you God. You get what I'm saying? So I appreciate you guys. And actually, I'm posting this shit right now, low-key. All right, there we go with that one. Okay. And then there we go with that one. So Halle filed, and by the way, chat, this is why sometimes I tell y'all got to also stay out of rich people business. In regular family court, people don't got that much money for lawyers like that. DDG filed yesterday, and Halle's lawyers filed a response because obviously this is, it's an emergency request, so the judge was going to rule quick. Halle's lawyers filed a response immediately. Like, they filed one before the night was done, okay? Give me a second. All right, there we go. All right, or bullshit. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to have it up for you in a second. We're going to get caught up in court, and I need everybody to clip. Because I was thinking about this. I do a lot of research outside of when we are streaming or not. Okay, I think I'm going to do this one first. No, this one. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to do this one right here. Give me 1 second. This fucking file is too big. That's the thing. All right, cool. Okay, just give me 1 second here, Chad. Everybody, while you're kind of hopping up in here, please, could you guys check in? Where you from? Where you repping? You know, we like to know who we talking to and where you from in here. I'm just getting all this DDG shit ready because I'm not trying to. Yo, why they got me on TMZ? I just searched TMZ. I searched DDG. They got me up here like I'm in the story. DJ Akademiks. Halle's is setting DDG up to die. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think when it comes to if you a dude, especially like for example with me, shit, man, that's a real situation right there. Like somebody accuse you of a domestic violence incident or gets a restraining order on you and it's in family court, they take your guns. I got a lot of ops. I had to clean some guns today. Like, imagine they take all my guns. I mean, I got a couple dogs, but shit, you gotta have a strap with you. So I do think you put somebody like DDG who wears a lot of jewelry. Shit, I don't know why he lives in LA still. LA's a place of home invasions. I wouldn't feel comfortable living in LA without a gun as a law-abiding citizen. This is not no gangster stuff. Law-abiding citizen. I mean, I ain't a Republican or Democrat, but I'm a staunch defender of the Second Amendment right, which is the right to bear arms. If I'm DDG, you don't got to talk as hot as Zach. If I'm DDG, I'm a rapper. I got mad cars. I got this. I got that. Bro, they're robbing people in broad daylight. I need to have a gun at the crib. So when your baby mama now says you're like this menace and she gets a restraining order, the cops show up to your house. They take your guns. Oh, we got to take them. So now you at home butt booty naked. And by the way, I even apologize for having even to say that because I seen, I know Grand ran it on like our, Akademiks TV. And even, I hate to even say, but DDG even hit us. And DDG was like, yo, bro, like, I'm going to keep it a bean. Like, gang is making us, it's true, but now I'm exposed. But that's the reality about it. And I'm not saying it to make, to have DDG exposed or nothing like that. The reality of it is this what happens when you get into these court games, these TRO games, these domestic violence games. Now you get a man who would normally at least have some legal protection. He can't have protection until y'all figure out this fuckery right here. That's bullshit, okay? So, obviously, DDG's making a lot of money, and obviously this is a time for him to get security. If you can't have a gun at your crib, you making enough. I went to Soldier's house. Soldier boy got security at the gate. That's I probably should get that too. But anyway, that's something that if you can have a gun or whatever, I think, you should do. Again, fortunately for the people we're talking about, they make a lot of money. We're not talking about just regular people, but this does affect regular people. It does, right? Like a regular person be handled the same way. Now all your ops run up to your house, you ain't got shit. If you're legal, not a street nigga. For you street niggas, I ain't got no advice for y'all. Okay, give me 1 second. All right, give me 1 second here. All right, baby. So we read DDG's thing yesterday, so we don't need to do that again. We don't have to do that again. Let me see. Yeah, just give me 2 more seconds. This is taking a long time. I thought this would be quick. By the way, I've seen the internet really enjoy my reading of the text messages. And for those people who saw that, you guys are welcome to watch the entire stream, not just that clip. Okay, so we got the court documents here. Go to the academy.blog. It's here. Okay, cool. So this is the court documents Halle's team filed last night. And the reason why I said this is why it's dope to be rich. Yo, for you to get your lawyer to respond in 3 hours, because the judge might rule the next day because it's an emergency, you know you're paying some top dollar too, right? Not saying regular attorneys, if you pay them regular, won't do it, but Halle acted accordingly quickly. Let's see what she said. This is her new declaration, okay? Hey, I'm the petitioner in this case, and and I'm the respondent in this other case, which is the petition for a TRO, which is a temporary restraining order. It says I have personal knowledge of the facts. Okay, so, this is normal. You're basically making a statement that if you were ever had to testify in court, you would say, okay? All right, cool. It says I'm requesting the court deny Daryl's request. Instead, I request the court grant me permission to take our son out the country to perform my employment duties. I also request orders to stop Daryl personally and that he instruct his family and friends to stop posting about her son. Oh, my God. Yo, let me tell you this. This woman looks at this child like, obviously I know she loves this kid. I believe they both love this kid. I'm not going to ever act like either doesn't love the kid. But the way she wields him as a weapon, when you see how she talks about it, it's like a thing, not a person. He's like, I just want them to stop talking about my son, right? That's his son too. Stop posting about my son. Even though she says our, the intimation is my son, okay? This litigation, which I would have thought that would be fair to say, hey, I would rather them not talk about this proceeding on all platforms discussed below. But she's saying not only can't he can't see his son right now because of this temporary restraining order that she has been granted. She's also requesting that he can't talk about his son. Oh, man, this is crazy. This is crazy, Chad. He can't see his son. He can't talk about his son. And not only he can't talk about his son, his family and friends can't talk about his son. This, Chad, I keep telling you, it's a woman's world we live in when you have a kid with someone. It's a woman's world. I want to point out that Daryl has requested an order blocking me from traveling with our son for my scheduled work next month. And he waited until June 4th to ask for custody orders, although he and his attorneys have ignored all my attorney efforts to have monitored visit with our son since the issuance of the TRO on May 13th. Daryl has exaggerated, lied, and misconstrued for the court not only the history of our relationship, but our parenting and mental health. There's no doubt I was emotionally devastated in 2022 and 2023 by his behavior and ongoing abuse. Oh, man. Trigger word, abuse. I've been very vocal about my anxiety, depression, and previous thoughts of suicide. So she's copping it. She's like, yeah, I did think about killing myself. What's up? What's the problem? Okay. She said, without waiving the psychotherapist patient privilege and the physician patient privilege, I've reached out to my doctor and received treatment to address these issues. So she says she's went to a therapist or sought treatment through a doctor. I've been and remain 100% available and capable as a parent to our son Halo. Had Daryl really been concerned about my parenting, he would have taken prior action to this time. He's never saw custody orders or any orders protecting Halo until today, the day that my DVRO was set. Okay, most of Daryl's alleged incidents took place in 2022 and 2023. It's now 2025 in June. But he makes no specific allegations about incidents of his own claims about an incident that took place in January 2025. Yet Daryl did not seek any orders of protection or custody until now, near 5 months later. Chat, let me tell you this. Word to the wise. Word to the wise. Big Act has been writing this whole case. This is why us men, you arguing with your girl, if you think it's going there, you either motherfucking leave or you call the cops first. What she is saying is, I told on him first. He coming after the fact. I told y'all he hit me. Fuck what he's saying. Why he ain't say it first? And unfortunately, the courts, when it comes to family court, because remember, domestic violence goes to family court. They're going to look at the woman and believe her statements about, oh, I've been getting beat, just like the Cassie thing. Cassie, why you only telling us now in 2023? That's when she filed. And testify in 2025. Even though you were getting beat and violating and whatever for 15 years. Don't matter. A dude can't say the same thing. Okay? In his declaration, Daryl has failed to explain why he waited until now for orders. By the way, she didn't explain either. I mean, she gave a vague explanation. She claimed, you know what she claimed? His online community is bullying me. Come on, bro. Whatever. This is cold retribution to embarrass and humiliate and cause me additional emotional distress. Daryl has repeatedly threatened to file something against me to cause me additional harm. His papers are nothing more than ongoing abuse. I will address the truth about his allegations further if the court sets this request for a hearing. I'm contractually obligated to be in Italy to film a movie. I have been and remain Halo's caretaker. Halo cannot be left in Daryl's care or his mother's care. I do not pose a threat to myself or my son. These allegations will be disproved at the time of hearing. As the court may recall, I was granted a temporary restraining order then. His online presence. I have asked the court to also grant an order to stop Daryl from continuing to harass me online. His online presence is his means of financial support, and he continued to use this to cause me distress and harm. Daryl is a professional YouTuber and Twitch blogger and a rapper. Whenever he wishes to cause upset and get clicks, he starts bad-mouthing me to several millions of fans. Since the orders were made, the online behavior has only escalated, and I've continued to receive death threats. A few examples of these angry, aggressive posts are attached as Exhibit 2. His fans constantly post pictures of her son and are surveilling our son and me. Our son is not a public figure, and his safety and well-being are of great concern. Very interesting, because both of these individuals post the child publicly. However, Halle's now saying, our son is private. Okay.